They really, really want Nintendo to go bankrupt, to be or either be third party or go bankrupt, because they can't stand Nintendo being successful. They can't. Okay, Nintendo is one of the oldest companies. Is the oldest company in video gaming. Okay, I actually looked up every single other game game company as well, including Sony and Microsoft, and including major gaming Japanese companies. Nintendo is actually the oldest video game company that we know of. Okay, Nintendo has been around since 1889. Okay, which makes Nintendo obviously one of the oldest game companies of all time. But now we want Nintendo to we want Nintendo to go third party in a few years. That's never going to happen, obviously, because guess what? Nintendo Switch 2 is the fastest selling console in history. Yes, the fastest selling console of all time. Okay? So, especially given the fact that the PS5 and Xbox Series X are significantly much more expensive, even if you pay $80 for Mario Kart. Okay? Because people will say, well, Mario Kart's too expensive. It's still less expensive than buying just the PS5 without any games. And also, and I don't know if they still have it, but you can still get Mario Kart World bundled with the Switch 2, which is something you can't do with the PS5. I think you get like an Astro Bot bundled in with the console, but even they can get Mario Kart World bundled in, and soon Resident ZA as a replacement for Mario Kart World's bundle as well. Which means you'll still be getting a game for $50 less than your standard PS5, which you guys all claim was the greatest console of all time. Okay, as well. And they're attacking, of course, this person for making Nintendo, like Nintendo videos, because they can't accept the fact, it's kind of like that when they were attacking the SWZs were attacking, of course, the voice actress of what was that game? Ghost of Yotai, because he was having fun at Disney World. Like, you can't, like, if it was up to these people, the world would be a boring place. Okay, every video game would have every video game woman would have unrealistic body proportions, because we gotta appeal towards this male fantasy. This fantasy male fantasy, because it's no one never talk about male characters being beautiful or attractive. Okay, when there's ugly and beautiful male characters in gaming. Okay, but it's fine. They only want female characters to be attractive. They hate the fact that they have to see average women in video games, because according to them, video games need to be a fantasy. Sorry, but video games should be more based off realism. If you want to make a fantasy game all you want, then yes, make it, design your characters however you want. But if you want to make a game more grounded in reality, you have to make a woman more like a real woman, not like Stellar Blade. Okay, I know Stellar Blade's is the exception because it's modeled after a real woman. Or to say all those crappy anime games on the store, on the those crappy gacha games that are pay to win either way. Okay, or anime games with But again, that's a different country. Okay, but yeah, just remember. These are the people who will boycott games because these are the people who boycott Metal Gear because the woman's boobs were not big enough. Yeah, that's even though they look exactly the same as the original game. Like, wow. Absolutely ridiculous. Goodbye.